First day, we started our trip with a visit to Casa Loma. It's North America's only full-size castle and Toronto's premier historic attraction, according to their website. It's a self-guided tour that you can walk and explore around the castle, but they provide audio guides where they talk about each room in the castle. I walk by myself because I'm a nerd that wants to read about everything. Inside the castle, there's a fountain in the garden, and if you look further away, you can see CN Tower sticking out because it's a tall-ass building. You see, it's in this video. A little further away. Out there. In room 114 is Sir Henry Palat, don't mind the pronunciation, study room, and you can access the secret stairways to go up to level 2 or go down to the basement. I don't know why I decided to walk alone in this building. It's literally spooky season, and people who lived in this building before died already. But don't worry, I made it to level 2 with no harm. And level 2 contained the major rooms, including Sir Palat's suite, Lady Palat's suite, and the guest room. I'm also going to show you the grand staircase for the people that don't want to go up to level 2 in that creepy staircase in Sir Palat's study. And there are more to explore in Casa Loma, but our next stop is going to see the CN Tower from a much closer distance. We arrived in downtown Toronto, and there are so many tall-ass buildings. Here we are walking alongside Rogers Arena and the home of the Blue Jays. You can see how excited my mom is in a moment to get out of BC since 2020. I mean, who isn't, to be honest? And look, it's CN Tower, or I like to call it Toronto's boner. Like any downtown, there are performers everywhere, and I will show you in a bit. Yeah, singers, bands, everything. We walk around downtown for a bit, wanting to take some photos at Nathan Phillips Square with the Toronto sign. As true tourists, we took a lot of photos here, and I got a can of Diet Coke from one of the food trucks because your girl is thirsty, and Toronto is drier than the conversations with Tinder men. Here I'm just showing y'all the tall ass buildings. We went to see a train station or whatever this station is. I still have no idea because during that time I was holding in my pee. Guess I shouldn't have chugged that can of Diet Coke. Don't worry though, I did pee. I found a washroom in the station. And after the washroom break, we're walking back to Rogers Arena to get our car. And you always see the CN Tower everywhere you go, to be honest. It's a tall-ass building, as I mentioned before, and I tickled Toronto's boner, and I am very proud of it. I sent it to my friends already, so. And then later, we had some soup for dinner that tasted really good. I had to include it in this video, and you'll see the soup very soon after I tickled that boner. Day 2, we're on the tour bus and on our way to Kingston. We drove past Queen's University, and apparently they only have old people and prisoners in Kingston, so you should apply to Queen's. That way the only entertainment you have is submitting assignments. And a little bit more driving, we arrived in Ottawa and took photos at the Parliament Hills. I was zoning out during this part of our tour because I was there 5 years ago already. But I gotta admit, the buildings are beautiful. Whoever designed and built these buildings deserve recognition. Our next stop was the History Museum. My favorite place is still the Morning Star mural by a First Nation artist, Alice Janvier. My second favorite place is this metallic futuristic looking hallway. Each plate tells a story in Canadian history, although it is controversial to call it Canadian history since it is a stolen land. Dinner that day was buffet, but the food was mid, not gonna lie. Day 3, our first stop is Notre Dame Basilica, or en français, Basilique Notre Dame. It's raining in the morning, but what do you expect from Montreal? Our second stop is Saint Joseph Oratory of Mount Royal, or en français, l'Oratoire Saint Joseph de Montréal. And after the tour here, I got some postcards because the buildings are beautiful. Our next stop is Biodome. We get to walk through different ecosystems found in America or North America. I don't remember. The tropical rainforest is my favorite. That's the first one that I walked through. There were tropical fish, and you can see some of the tropical fish here. And the subpolar region, it's nice because I get to cool down after walking through the rainforest. The walls here are ice. That was cool. Like literally, it was cool. And in this region, you see some penguins or these geese. And next one is maple forest, which is the most Canadian ecosystem. It has raccoons that reminds me of SFU, and you can look at the raccoons very close, I guess. Not as close as SFU, obviously. Beautiful trash pandas. Love them. Mascot of SFU. And I also get to see jellyfish. They're so pretty. I want to be jellyfish in my next life. And here are some penguins twerking. It's important. Next, we went to the botanical garden. And the Chinese garden is very Chinese, I gotta say. But they did a good job with decorations to celebrate the Mid-Autumn Festival, which was around that time. And honestly though, just visit Chinatown in Vancouver. It looks about 80% the same as Dr. Sun Yat-sen's garden. So you don't have to fly all the way to Montreal. It's not worth it, in my opinion. But I'm definitely biased. I'm still tired and jet lagged, even though there were only like 3 hours difference. But I am still tired. But here's some footage of my perspective, I guess. Yeah, I guess it is pretty. Like the decorations are pretty. And we have lunch at Chez Danny, or Danny's Place. They serve very traditional Quebecois food. I had a lot of potatoes, I don't remember much, but maple candy is good. It's so unreal that some Canadians do this every winter. They pour maple syrup on ice or snow and use a stick to make maple lollipops. After lunch, we arrived in Quebec City. Once again, the old buildings are so pretty. It's art from hundreds of years ago. I feel like I got sucked into an oil painting everywhere I go. It's beautiful and it's so colorful. Some of the local artists who sell their paintings and they would talk about their inspirations. Of course, there are many performers. Like, look at this man. He's so into it. And if you were there, you would be like, damn, what a vibe, you know? It's like he's there every day and he enjoyed it. And I love seeing that in people, you know? And this is a walk from the Fairmont Hotel up there to go down to the red door. Yes, at the red door that we lined up to take photos with. And the red door that every Korean knows about, it's there. It's in Quebec. It was right in front of my eyes. It's such a good K-drama, and it's the perfect season to rewatch it for the 4th time. At least for me, it's gonna be the 4th time. Dinner was at Kutakut. It's so fancy for no reason. We even get to watch live performances during dinner. I usually go to YouTube, but I guess live performances are kinda nice too. Day 4 was just Thousand Island ferry and 8 hours of sitting in the tour bus going back to Toronto. That's nothing about day 4. And day 5 we visited Willow Springs Winery and had some ice wine. And day 6 was our day trip to Niagara Falls. And honestly though, Niagara Falls is actually really pretty if you go to see it in person. Like, doesn't matter what photos or videos, it doesn't show how amazing it looks. And like, we joke about people who take these boat tours, they are just taking a shower down there, because like, how do you not get wet from down there? Even like staying up here to watch the Niagara Falls, I get moisturized too. Our very last stop in Toronto is visiting Outlet. And then I was on the flight coming back to Vancouver. It's beautiful. It's the very last moments in Toronto. And thank y'all for watching all 10 minutes of this.